Hello and welcome to another Hypixel Skyblock video. So, I've had this question for a long time, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. What is the best damage pet in Hypixel Skyblock? I know for a long time there was a big tight race between Tiger Pet and Dragon Pet. But now with new pets with Pets v2, what is the best pet? Heading over to the graveyard, I'm going to do two main tests. DPS test, fighting a Revenant Horror, and First Strike test on Crypt Ghouls. With these tests, we should be able to see how much damage you will be able to do against a low HP mob and a high HP mob. So first, we're going to test the Tiger Pet. Its single hit is roughly 151,000. And we will see here in a bit how quickly it can kill a tier 4 rev. So, fighting the boss, not taking much time at all. Let's see how long it took us to kill this tier 4. So, talking to Maddox, we can see here that it took us 7 seconds to kill. That's quite fast. Next, we have the Golem pet. I have really high hopes for this pet, as from what I've seen, this is one of the best pets that they've added. Like 147,000 damage. Slightly worse than the Tiger Pet, but then its ability is just amazing. This time, with the Golem Pet, it only took us 6 seconds. That was 1 second faster than with the Tiger Pet, and that meets expectations. Now we have the Skeleton Pet. This one, although it isn't entirely intended for melee, it's more a archer strat, I still have high hopes as it has some pretty good stats increases. As you can see, it does roughly 140k on a first strike hit. Its ability, though, that's where it's really at. 5 times your damage. It's doing roughly 500k with its ability. If we can get that to go off here. Yeah, 590k. That is way higher than any of the other abilities, except for maybe the Golem Pet. But that can't really be compared, as this pet costs 2 million coins and the Golem Pet costs 100 million coins. Not surprisingly, the Skeleton Pet took the longest, almost twice as long as the Golem Pet, with 11 seconds to kill. That's mainly because its ability, although it does, which I apologize for saying this wrong, it does 809,000 damage. It does not affect the Revenant boss, and it may not affect bosses in the dungeons that are similar to it, but you can expect a lot out of this in the dungeon. Finally, we have the Ender Dragon Pet. Of course, I don't have a legendary Ender Dragon Pet, and the stats on that are way higher, and this would probably not be similar in any way if I did have the legendary Ender Dragon Pet, as it just blows everything out of the park. But let's see how much damage this does. So on first strike, it's got the highest damage, even though it's epic, at 164,000 damage. So let's see how it compares on a boss. So we summon the boss the final time. Let's see how the Ender Dragon compares to the earlier ones. That took surprisingly long. I had really high expectations for this, as out of the 4 pets, this is the most expensive, almost double the price of the other ones. Like 10 times the price of the Skeleton Pet, almost double the price of Golem. Let's see how well this did. 10 seconds. It's almost the same as the skeleton pet. That's not what you like to see, but it shows that the dragon pet, which is thought to be the best, might not be, just because it doesn't have any abilities other than will do slightly more damage. If we're going to sum this up, drag pet does the highest damage with 1 hit, golem pet has the highest DPS, tiger pet is a second, barely beaten on both, and skeleton pet is just it's not that good. So there's better things, but for the price, I'd say it's definitely worth it. And overall, I'm gonna say tiger pet is first place, golem pet is second place, dragon pet is third place, and skeleton fourth place. If this video helped you out in any way or you enjoyed watching, please consider liking and subscribing. It means a lot to me. And yeah, that's going to be all for today. I'll see you in the next one.